Hey everybody, it's Bethany Ammon from Armstrong Community Music School. I'm the marketing and development coordinator as well as voice faculty and some other stuff. And I'm here with my colleague and friend, Amy Herman.
Hello.
Amy is piano faculty and also teaches music for Little Mozarts, and she is a composer and a writer and a registrar, and she does all kinds of things. And she's here with me today to talk about some of her own musical pursuits and things that make her really excited about teaching and life. So we'll start in with some questions. Amy, what is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal, hands down, is cats. I have two cats. One was courtesy of you, as you know. Bethany rescued a cat, but she couldn't take him in because she's allergic. And so I have the privilege of having this cat. And then he needed a friend, of course. So there you have it. Cats.
Cats, everywhere cats.
Yes.
How long have you been teaching, Amy?
Oh my gosh, I think I started in the new year of 2022, so about a year and a half.
But you've taught other things. Music exclusively, you've been teaching for about a year and a half.
That's true. I have taught English as a second language as well.
Awesome.
Yes.
How long have you done that?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Teaching is teaching. I feel like I say that all the time.
Yeah.
So you've been teaching for a while. We'll just put it at that.
Yes.
And you teach piano and music for Little Mozarts.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about what you love about music for Little Mozarts.
Music for Little Mozarts is amazing because you have these little, just bright-eyed kids come in and you sing the hello song with them. And the hello song in Music for Little Mozarts, it's very cleverly designed, and you have to, we'll clap our hands, stomp our feet. And some days the kids are not into it, but the days where the kids are into it and you just hear behind you as you're playing it, it's just, there's nothing else in the world like that experience. And yeah, and they just soak things in like a sponge, and they're so enthusiastic, and it's just like a fun time. I had no idea what to expect when I started teaching, especially little kids. I hadn't worked with little kids very much before this, but they just bring all this, their own energy, their own joy to it, and it makes it really fun.
That's exciting. I mean, you've taken it in stride. I think the fact that you've taken on a new challenge of teaching music to a variety of different skills and age levels, right? You yourself have been playing the piano and have been musical your whole life.
Yes.
You still play piano.
Yes.
And you take piano lessons.
Yeah, I took piano all throughout my childhood, and even in college I had piano and music classes, but it wasn't the right fit in college somehow, and so I took a break from piano for probably like a decade. I had a little keyboard in my apartment that was sadly very underutilized. But then some events in my life happened, and I just was like, I need to play piano again. I wanted to sit down and just play. And I wanted to play a particular Philip Glass piece I just needed help with it. It was very rhythmically intricate. It was like 3 against 4 and 2 against 3 every other page or every other measure. And it was very intricate. And I asked one of the piano faculty here to help me with it, and that just turned into like regular weekly lessons. And I was a little nervous at first to start like piano lessons because I've never been a very consistent, diligent practicer. And I thought, oh, what if I just never practice and then I waste everyone's time? But I found that I just somehow coming back to it after this break, I dove in head first. I was like, And really, it started right before the pandemic started, and it really got me through the pandemic, like having a piece to focus on. Every week, I would measure my week by where I was in my piece, and it was, yeah, it really helped me to dive back into piano.
That's pretty inspiring. So in addition to continue getting back into playing regularly and practicing and working on other people's pieces, you have also been composing yourself, right?
Yes. So one thing that I realized is at least in my journey in piano, it's been very focused on solo playing, and I really realized I wanted to expand into more of a collaborative style of playing. And my brother is an amazing singer, and so I've had the opportunity to learn some pieces that I can play with him when he comes to visit or when I visit him. And one piece he suggested was this Schubert piece to the text of a poem by Heinrich Heine, which was just terrible. I have a master's in German, and I read this text, and it was so not what I expected at all from Heinrich Heine. And I guess that was the spark that is what made me decide there are better German poems that could be set to music. So I did. I decided, okay, this Goethe poem is an amazing poem, and I want to translate it and set it to music. And so I did with the help of my teacher.
So in addition to translating texts and being in the translation linguistics field and the music field, you've kind of combined all of that too with a recent project. Here in town in Austin, a few weeks ago at the end of May, there was this really fantastic culmination of contemporary music called Here Be Monsters. And it was probably 5 hours, and everybody had 15-20 minute slots, and it was just boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
Everybody was like crammed in there, getting their works out there, a lot of world premieres, really exciting stuff. And you had a piece in that as part of it was a world premiere of a thing that you translated, yes. Right?
Yes.
You translated it from German to English.
Yes, I
did. It was from a text called Undine geht.
Yeah.
Right?
So Undine geht is a short story by Ingeborg Bachmann, an Austrian writer. And this was the other, when I started thinking about, poems that could be set to music, I also thought of this piece. I had read it in my studies, but it's a short story. It's very wordy and dense, and I didn't feel like, as a novice composer, I didn't feel like I had it in me to bring it to music, to do the justice I wanted with my own music. So I brought it to my composer friend, Keith Allegretti, and he talked a lot to me about how we would need to adapt it in order to make it suitable to set to music. And so this story, we'll go into the story.
Please tell us all about it.
So the reason I thought of this story, the reason this story stayed with me is because Bachmann took the mythical figure of an Undine. The Undine is, in my mind, she's different than a mermaid, but her story is the same kind of story as the Little Mermaid. So if you know that story, that's very similar to Undine's story, but their origins might be slightly different. But anyways, she took this mythical creature, Undine, and she said, Undine is art personified. Undine represents art. And she imagined what Undine would have to say to the modern world if she could talk and see it now. And Undine is very critical of capitalism, sexism. She says a lot of things about how everything is so transactional and you buy and sell, and that's all you think about. And you crave security, but at what cost? Basically, there's this divide. Like, she sees that humans are longing for something more, something artistic, but that they can't accept it. So there's this longing, but ultimately she feels rejected. She feels betrayed by humans, and she goes back to the water. And maybe Keith and I talked about maybe at the end she's kind of murdered by humans. So Undina is art personified, and then humans have one spokesperson, that is John. So we said John kind of murders Undina at the end. And it's just such a fascinating work, and Bachmann herself was such a fascinating human. I could talk for ages about her, but I will try not to.
Okay.
I'll wrap it up there.
That's great. Was there video footage of this premiere?
Yes. I think that the baritone, Austin Siebert, his friend, captured it on video, but the battery ran out right at the end.
No.
My dad also captured it on video, but he has the opposite problem of, in his own dad way, like the minute I walked up on stage, he started filming. So there's all this extra talk that needs to be cut out. So there is video footage, but one way or another it needs to be edited, I think, before it. So Lola, local opera, local artists, co-produced or co-commissioned this piece, and I think they're going to put the video on their website, but it needs some work first.
Stay tuned. We'll link Lola's website into this video, so you can stay tuned, get involved with Lola, get involved with Armstrong Community Music School. I don't know about you, but I feel super privileged to work with so many amazingly talented people who are passionate about all kinds of different things: teaching, making music, creating musical opportunities. I see over there on the piano you have La Flûte Enchantée opened.
Yes.
So Amy, myself, I'm a singer, and Monica Salas on the flute. We plan to perform this piece of music at some point, which would involve piano, flute, and mezzo-soprano. I think it's going to be really fun.
It is.
We'll have a whole concert. Is there anything else you'd like to add about teaching, about Armstrong, about the community, anything?
The community at Armstrong is amazing, and I just feel more at home in my life than I ever have before, being in this community and having the privilege, like Bethany said, it is a privilege. Everyone here is a better musician than me, and it's a privilege. I'm serious. It's a privilege to get to work. I think there's a saying about, like, surround yourself with people who are better than you, and I have done that, and I feel it's been to my benefit to surround myself with people who are better than me. So I hope that everyone can take that and do that in their own lives too.
I think private lessons, I think I'll add, anyone is welcome to take private lessons here. So if you're watching this and you've made it this far into the video, good for you. Come take private lessons, explore what your body can do, what your brain is capable of. You don't have to be perfect at it. No one is. You can just make music and have fun doing that. Yes. And if at whatever age you are, you decide you want to learn how to write music, you can. It's possible, right?
It is. Amazingly, it is. Yes.
You can do it. So come do it. Well, Amy, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Catch us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We also have a teacher feature on our website in the About section. If you want to read through answers to Amy's questions, subscribe to our weekly newsletter where we give updates about all kinds of programs, registrations, and then fun things about our teachers, our faculty, and staff. That's all I got.
Thank you so much, Bethany.
Bye.
Bye.